Hi there, hope you're well. Well, today is Thursday, and last weekend was the CQWW SSB contest, the biggest one of the year, arguably, on SSB. And I made my way last Friday after work down to the Royal Signals Amateur Radio Club down at Blandford in Dorset. It's about a 2-hour drive, about an 85-mile drive for me from my workplace in West Sussex. And I got an invite from Tom, Golf 2 November Victor, who is the secretary of the Radio Society there. Plus, with a few others, we were invited to go down and take part in this particular contest. And we've all become members of the society, of their particular club as well. And we're very honoured to be that too. And because we're members, we were able to obviously access the facilities there and use the shack and all their antennas. So why CQ Worldwide? Well, CQ Worldwide, as I said, is the biggest contest, and the exchange, I think, is the easiest. So you just give 5.9. Yes, everything is 5.9, whether you like it or not. And the CQ zone. So we're always 5.9 in the UK. We're in CQ zone 14, 5914. If you're in America, you'd be 5904, 05, 03 as well. And wherever you are in Europe, you could be 15, 16, 20, 17, whatever. So it's an easy exchange. You haven't got sequential numbers like you do with lots of other contests. If I had time, I'd take part in more contests. I think they sharpen you as an operator. You can work all-time new countries as well. But going back to the operating bit, it allows you, I think, to be much sharper at pulling out calls. I found when I really got into my groove that I was literally pulling out calls from the mush, and it was extremely busy. I was able to do that because somehow I developed like a bit of an intuition, and lots of others were saying this as well, that you begin to really manage to dig out calls almost before you hear them. It's a silly thing to say, I know it is, but it's a skill that you develop, and I think it sharpens you as an operator. Running pile-ups too has its own sort of challenges and techniques, and you learn how to develop them, and I think it develops you and improves you as a communicator. Because voice can be very difficult, especially when you've got a massively crowded band, tons of QRM, and when conditions can be up and down, you've got to really pull a lot of stuff out of the hat. And I find personally it improves me as an operator, and that's why I really love contests. And then you learn new skills about finding out propagation, the timings of different bands, and you get to use new equipment. So for example, I've never been a QRO guy. I used amplifiers, that kind of thing, for this particular contest, which I've never only used maybe once or twice before. So you begin to learn how to use equipment like rotators, beams. I've always been a wire antenna guy. So you begin to sort of step into almost like a new league of operating, and I found it a really fantastic experience. So along with others, including Chris, G1VDP, Adrian, G6AD, Tom, who I mentioned, G2NV, Tony, who I met for the first time. It's nice to meet you, Tony, G7FSD, and also Martin, who is the station manager, 2E0HVE, and Ingy, just get his call, yes, M0MHJ. Martin and Ingy popped in to see us a couple of times and brought some pizzas, which was fantastic, and that kept us going. So listen, let me show you a little video diary of how it went on that, from my perspective anyway, for those 48 hours. That's a short little piece here, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's have a look at the antenna field then, and I can show you what we've been using this weekend for our CQ Worldwide. you all right there? So it's what time is it? 6:15 local, 5:15 UTC, and I've been on 80 meters for the last 3 or 4 hours. A couple of hundred contacts. That's good fun. A bit of DX as well, and using the 7760 has been a lot of fun. So far, good stuff. In an hour or two, I think I need to go and grab some kip, and then the next shift will be coming in a minute to relieve me, and we'll go from there. So far, it's been a very, very interesting evening, morning, night, whatever. The bands are still alive. Scope's really busy on 80, so yeah, we'll keep going until 80 dries up. Of course, healthy eating is a very important part of maintaining your stamina for a 48-hour contest. And here we are. So we've got some highly nutritious Quality Street, mince pies, Kit Kat, and biscuits, cakes. Yeah, there you go.
Alpha Juliet 3 Quebec. I hope I got that okay, yeah? Alpha Juliet 3 Quebec 5914.
Golf 2 Echo Charlie.
So, video diary. I'm putting my voice down because everybody else is sleeping. It's 1:26 local. It's actually 2:26, but of course the clocks go back to this morning, so it's actually nearly 2:30 in terms of my body clock, which isn't itself ruined. I've had about 3 hours sleep in the last 40 hours or so. So yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. I've been up and down 80 meters. It's not very busy tonight. It's busy, but it's not mega busy. There's an awful lot of duplicate copies there, so at this point I think we may have wrung it dry. 20's closed, 40's pretty patchy as well, so conditions aren't amazing so far, certainly today, tonight anyway. So yeah, I do look tired, so I'm gonna get my head down I think in a minute, try and get a couple of hours sleep if I can, and maybe go back on 80 meters around dawn. Anyway, better go. Catch you soon. Charlie. CQ, Golf 2 Echo Charlie contest. Alpha Echo 5 Tango 5914. Golf number 2 Echo Charlie, Roger.
Okay, thank you for 595. Golf 2 Echo Charlie.
I was lucky. I came down literally at about 5 o'clock on Friday. Now, a lot of the other guys, in fact, most of the other guys had been down there the previous week to sort the antennas out. So obviously, they basically just cleaned up the Yagis. Both Yagis are very old. They're both basically in their 4th or 5th decade, would you believe? So they'll need replacing. I think that's probably on the cards in the longer term, maybe in the shorter term. Who knows? In terms of the wire antennas, you saw the 4 square and the massive 80 meter vertical, which worked fantastically well on 80. I thoroughly enjoyed using that in the early hours of the morning, let me tell you. Working DX across the pond was fabulous on 80 meters. But the lads were there the week before, putting those up, checking them, testing them, making sure they were okay. So a lot of the groundwork was done by others. So I felt a little bit of an interloper. So thank you again to the other lads, Tom, Adrian, Chris and Tony, and everybody else involved in helping to put everything up. It was absolutely critical that we got that ready, and their hard work allowed it to happen. So looking forward then, what's going to happen before we do the next contest. I had been down there previously, by the way, for the WPX contest in March, and it looks like WPX might be our next big one, who knows. I think whether it'll be done before then, I don't know, but certainly replacing the Argies is going to be a critical thing to happen. Also, we need to get better coverage on 160. You might have seen we did have a few contacts on 160. I didn't mention we also have a doublet there, or they have a doublet there, 150, 170 foot long and about 30 odd feet. So that can just about tune 160, but it'd be nice to have maybe an inverted L for 160. That'll be good fun. That might be on the cards too. So overall, it's been a really, really great experience. I got about 4 or 5 hours sleep for the whole 48 hours. But hey, you know, that's it, isn't it? That's what contests are all about. We didn't take it massively seriously. We had a good laugh. We ate together. We had we had a couple of drinks and things like this. It was just a very, very nice, steady weekend of radio. We jumped on when we could. We jumped off when we were tired. It wasn't regimented. And I really respect those other multi entrants who do that. It's an art form in itself to run a team like that. But we had 5 of us, plus Ingy and Martin, but mainly 90% of the time we had 5 of us there operating, and we did our level best to do that. So overall, I think we had a really fun weekend. We certainly haven't won anything, but what we have done is proved again that the situation down there works pretty well. It was great to meet Tony for the first time as well, G7 FSD, so hope you're watching this, Tony, and thanks for your company. And of course the company of the other lads as well, who were first class. And yeah, I'd love to do it again sometime, and hopefully we'll do that. Well, thanks for watching, and if you want to click the thumbs up, that'll be brilliant, and click subscribe, and there'll be another couple of videos for you to select on the screen shortly. All the best to you, take care for now, bye bye.